He came to the US in 1979, graduated from Merced High in 1984. He obtained his bachelor's degree in business administration marketing here at Sac State. He then obtained his master's degree in business administration at the University of Phoenix. And he's currently working for Care Corps National, and he also volunteers as an instructor for California Fish and Wildlife Hunter Education. In the past, he's taken part in the Sacramento Lao family, and as well as the Sacramento Hmong year. Txawj Vwj Vaj was actually the first president and one of the founders of Husa from the years of 1987 to 1990.
Okay, because you know, we're going to say we're more high level more, okay? Some of you guys, I know that you guys do understand already, but they will try to they have more things. Some of the kids in here that you don't know them, because we want high level more. Txawj Vwj Vaj tôi biết theo mình cả nó trong ít cái cơ hội này được chưa? Nên cần tiếng này thì số mà nhá, từ một Merced High School trong ít cái cơ hội thì đâu đó. Nếu có cần tiếng này Bachelor of Science trong Marketing, Business Administration, ở trong Sac State nó. 我要自己cần nhiều lo luôn. Chị ta lên đại sứ nếu có cần tiếng này Master, trong tất cả lo luôn ở trong University of Phoenix. She heard on the Tato Holidato Care Corps National, he ate to Toba from California Fish, he ate to Txawj Vwj Vaj and Education. Lúc này nhận ta lò được khu một tỉnh nhớ cho Sacramento Lao Family, thì nhớ cho Sacramento Hmong New Year. Txawj Vwj Vaj thứ thơ do nhớ cho hậu lúc một hậu Hmong University Student Association. Chị ta lên đại sứ giàu chú sinh cha, nó nhớ thứ thơ của lần chỉ trả tới lúc một hậu thì sản nó. Trong ít thế tôi vì tôi xem tôi sử ít thế tôi phối với nhau. Thế còn cái có là hạ đưa được không?
Thank you. Một trong hôm nay chúng chơi của tôi đồ sạch tên là tôi hãy có lần của yo là Hmong tên luôn mình cả shit to so hopefully many of you speak Hmong, right? Never lose the language because you need it. Wherever you go, you need it. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to see many friendly faces here that I know of, and some of you that I never met before. But I'm so glad to be here to see most of you here. And before I go into the topic of what we are talking about today, I need to go back a little bit to Hmong history. Hmong history go back to 5,000 years, but I will not go that far. I just go back to 1975 until now to see why we are here, why we are so struggling for life in this country. Now, if you read about the war, you never been through a war like me. Back in Laos, 1965 to 1975, this war going on, fighting everywhere in Laos. We run through the jungle, come back to the village, run again, come back. But that's not the afraid part. The part that I'm afraid most is go to school here in this country. And after the war in 1975, many Hmong escaped to Thailand, stay in Thailand. Thailand is better than Laos, right? Because it's more advanced than Laos. Now, in Thailand, we stay in the camp. No school. Just run around, play marble. And when we come to this country, we have to struggle with a new life. But when we pass into EU, through immigration to come to this country, we're so excited. We didn't know what this country would be like, but we're so excited. And then they bus us to Thailand, Bangkok. We stayed there for a few days. They took us to the airport. We get into some kind of building, but actually it's an airplane. We didn't even know that there's an airplane until we took off. That's how lack of education we are. We're so behind. We get into the airplane, we didn't even know until we took off. And then when we arrived in America, the first few days or few months, we just stayed with relatives. We didn't know anything much about this country. But after that, the parent have to go to work. The kid have to go to school. How do you find work when you don't want to speak a word of English? You only maybe some know ABCs. No one going to employ you when you go to work and you don't speak the language. Luckily, if someone takes you to clean the floor or clean the bathroom, and then we, the children, have to go to school. But how do you survive at school when you just start learning ABC? I start 6th grade for a few months, and then move on to 8th grade. How do you survive 8th grade when you just start learning ABCs? Very hard. We struggle through education here in this country. And then we moved from Spokane, Washington to California, Merced. And then I graduated from Merced High School in 1984. I have to struggle every day through school. Not easy. Sometimes when you go to a college prep class, you just sit there with a stone. You cannot hear, you cannot see, because you don't know the language well enough to cope with the class. And that's how I am. Now, when I graduated from high school, we said we moved to Sacramento, and then I moved to Sac State. Imagine 5 years in this country and come to this school. Many of you start from preschool and come here. You already put the language, the skill that you need to attend this school. It's so easy for you. But for us, 5 years in this country and come to this school, how did we do it? How did we survive? Very hard to survive. We studied till 12 midnight, get up again at 3 or 4 in the morning to start again. Many times I cried, many times I prayed. I don't know who I prayed to, maybe God, to my ancestor. Pray and cry through college. I didn't know how I get through it, but I made it. Then I got my bachelor's degree in business administration marketing in 1990. I was so proud of myself that I got through it. So all of you, when you get through here, be proud of yourself, be happy, and move on. Never stop. Education is not something you stop. You will learn all your life long. Continue. The higher you get, better. Be somebody. Be yourself. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about a time machine. Okay, the Hmong people that from Laos to this country, we travel through a time machine. We live in the mountain. We don't have running water. We don't have telephone. We don't have utility. We don't have anything at all. You never see a car before somewhere. See airplane fly high in the sky. Suddenly, I blink. You come here to America. 200-300 years ahead of us. You see that? We from a dirt floor to a carpet house. Suddenly we drive a car, have a cell phone or telephone, running water. So much different. Just I blink, we come here for 200-300 years ahead of us. That's why we still struggle. Many of our parents, they don't read, they don't write, they cannot find a job. They depend on public assistance. So they pass away. A time machine brought us here, just an eye blink. And now, if you happen to go back to Laos, you will see our life back in 1979 or beyond that. And that is how we are. And now I blink, we come here. And many of you in college, many of you become professional. Think about it. So we travel through a time machine, and we have to struggle through so many things in this country. We have to go to school to survive. How do you get a job? Better job means you have to have better education. Become professional, like a doctor, lawyer, teacher, professor, to make money, so that you can buy the thing that you want and you need. Without education, no. I have seen some children that they run around, don't go to school, drop out from high school. What do they do now? they don't have a life. So all of you here, you will have a life, and you already have a life. So I'm so proud of all of you, and myself too. I struggled so hard, but I made it. And then now, many of you graduated and become professional. And now you go back and help the community. I have seen a few people that are working so hard to help themselves and to help the community, to teach them, educate them, promote them, do anything they can to make our people better. I will give you some example of the people that I see. For example, Li Yang, I call him brother-in-law, or we usually know him as Principal Li Yang, or now he became a superintendent for the school. I have seen him go everywhere, any event, any place at all, teach people about school, show them about how to get better education. He's one of the models that I have seen. And one of them is Dr. Van. He also do the same thing. Have a radio show on the air, maybe once a week, teach our people how to better ourselves, how to teach our children to go to school, how to do homework, so on and so forth. So many people that do that. And one example is my brother-in-law, Dr. Txawj Vwj Vaj. He does the same thing. He helps the community so much, help his people. And now, many of his nephew, children, relatives get doctor's degree, a professional degree, and work and get a good job. So these are the examples that I have. There's so many out there too that I don't know, but I know, but I just to name a few. And now, since we trying to fish ourselves out to the community, like what I tell you, Li Yang, Van Lu, or Dr. Yang, Txawj Yang, we try to teach the parents how to bring their children to school, how to survive in school. And now, our children have to do the same thing. You have to reach out to those professionals, ask for help. Alone, you cannot survive. You have to work like a team. When I attend University of Phoenix, you don't go to school alone. Each class maybe have over 25 to 30 students, but they're split up to 6 students per team. And we have to help each other out throughout that class to get through. You cannot survive alone. You have to work as a team to survive. And now, this club is the same thing. Back in 1984, 6 Hmong students admitted to this school. That's all we know. The same semester. And only 3 out of the 6 graduated. 3 of them either dropped out or disqualified. They went somewhere else. And we know how hard it is to survive here. That's why we start the club. When we start the club, our vision is to help each other out. Let's say you take a math class, math 1A, for example, and you pass, you got all those good notes. Another student going to go to the same teacher, same class. We share those notes to that student. That's how we share. And then we struggle like that throughout our life here at Sac State. And by 1987, we already have maybe like 20, 30 students here. And then we help each other out. We start this club, and we do that to survive. And then once I'm gone from 1990, somebody else took over, and then they still survive until today. I'm so proud that we did something and they helped each other out, and today we still carry out this class. But remember, throughout our life, as long as you live, you have to suffer some pain, some suffering, in order to achieve your goal, that you will be happy. One time I heard from Dr. Yang Dao that you have to suffer for so many years, 5 years at least. You have to suffer before you gain your happiness. Suffer mentally and physically. Mentally means that you have to struggle to school, study hard, days and night, no sleep. And besides that, you need money. Money to pay for school, your book, your car, your insurance. You have to suffer through all those years before you get a job and be happy after that. So if you are suffering, you're not alone. Everyone is the same. We walk the same path and we go to the same future. And make sure that whatever you do, never give up. Keep trying. Here at Sac State, I have repeated many courses because I got either D or even an F here. So what do? Repeat the course. Get a C or B or A to pass. They allow you to repeat the course to get through. Never give up, but try hard. If you're behind, try hard. But some of you, I know, you born here, you live here for so long, it's so easy for you to get through. But not like those old students that ask to pass. So now we have the club, we have a connection with the community, and today I see many friends that are going to show you how to survive out there, how to make connection. Make sure today we will learn something from these people here. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much. Anyone has a question? No question. Good. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so, what was it like in 1987 from the time you created the club, and how did your goal, what was your goal to this club? I know you mentioned that you wanted to support each other, but now they are part of this because you stated is that going higher education, going culture awareness, and structure from 1987 to 2015. What do you see from other organizations?
I don't know much about the club after I left the school, but during the time that I was here, not just to help each other out here at Sac State, but we did reach out to the community. What we do is that we went through Stockton School District and all the school districts in Sacramento 1 year, and we said, we need a Hmong student to come to Sac State for 1 day conference to do some workshop. But we need your help. What we need is we need you to pass those Hmong students over here so that we can show them how to survive and how to apply to the school. And then we have like 2 or 3 bus from Stockton, Hmong students, and Cambodia and Laos. We bring all those Asian people here. And here in Sacramento, we have lots of people. We have at least maybe like 300 to 400 Hmong students come from high school, from Stockton, Sacramento, West Sacramento, to do a conference. And then we have people from financial office, commission office, and other school to show them, to do a workshop, maybe like an hour, 30 minutes per workshop, and to teach them how to apply for college, how to study in high school, how to prepare for here, for Sac State. And then, other than doing that, we also do some kind of Tornado River City Day. We have a food here to show the people to come here about our club and show what we do. And we do reach out to the community and our youngest brother and sister at home. And that's how we do. But at that time, since not many of us yet, we don't have big vision like today, but we do help each other out and help the community out. But today, maybe you guys do a lot more than we did back then. Let me speak that in Hmong a little bit. For it is to be Txawj Vwj Husa here, you have the big cheat all look on hold. Nhắc của Sac State đó này, thì bây giờ mỗi chỗ student cho bọn mình một tập của nó, thì từ cỡ rong mà chúng mà tập cho cỡ chỉ rong này, the one that behind or struggle, thì mỗi chỗ cỡ rong đó là thơ ba cho the on the vision here. Our vision are better in the better struggle với nó cho họ chế lấy bao để lấy pro Sac State khi lấy một cái trả lại cho tôi tạo để to get at least like a 2.0 GPA or something better to admit to Sac State. You better you reach out and talk with your parents, with your younger brother and sister, okay? Còn lấy also have the young people college and young body job. Young body job we want to job with Sac State. You cũng muốn lấy cái body job. Có chồng thì tao nhẹ thì chỉ muốn nhận một tập đạo mới nhiều học từ lòng bây giờ dùng apply financial aid But SAT score nhóm bộ định trả nó sẽ định trả thì vừa và các cơ sở sẽ để biết reach out đến biết how vision thì biết Illinois và biết cho mong tới và biết sự sơ tàu và cho mong tới tuột vào không nào là sau có phải start và survive everyone graduate and move on. That's our vision. Yeah, we attend grade education, 8th grade, 1 year, and then 4 years in high school. Then I came here to Sac State. Back in high school, I worked for the attendance office, and I have teachers and staff that were my friends, and they would give me some advice. What do you do after you graduate from high school? I said, first, what? They said, no. To survive in this country, you cannot graduate from high school and go work. You will get minimum wage pay, and that's not what you want. You want a good car, you want a good house, you will have a family, children, and you need to support them. To get all those, you need a college degree. And I said, how do I get a college degree? And I said, this is how you do it. And then the high school gave me some guidance of how to apply to school. They said, to survive here, this is what you do. This is how you apply, honestly. And then they gave me some advice. Then I came to Sac State. I met with the people in the office so many times before I applied for it. And I know that my vision to go to Sac State is not just to be educated, but also to get a good job so that I can get all the things that I need and I want. And that's why I motivate myself to come to this country, to this school. Even when I struggle so hard, I still have to find a way to get through.
Okay. So you mentioned about higher education, and currently there are ongoing research about academic gap in our community. Academic gap meaning from 9% to 1% opinion. It's happening. 4 out of 10 people who go to college or university or to colleges, 5 drop out after drop out. So it's creating academic gap. Who is also struggle with encouraging or supporting words to help with us with for education.
Bây giờ tôi cho cần tới share nhau đi Sac State như thế này, là giờจะđược cho mà nhau đi từ lỗ hồ lì nhau đi lì giang một trâu lì một trâu là các tụ vice principal ya, yep. Okay. Nhớ thì cho nó là chuyện là sự đầu tư cần tới chuyện đầu tư lòng này nó tao hồ lì trong bao giờ cái từ sau mà lỡ cái món bị đồ để cho mình cảm là nó đi biểu kê để cho nó mà tiền nothing, right? They have billions of dollars pay cho nó mà lấy nothing. In the Hmong community, they are our role model people. And you have the visual, okay, you have the không chỉ cũng có example, okay. You have the lý do là cái này là cái sự quyết định này, thì chỉ có từ tôi nhận một lý do, các sĩ mà giờ có thì là ít hơn này hoặc hơn trong đó là nó chỉ nửa luôn lại với different than chủ nhất là chế đến nào cũng vậy, cái sao đó, với chủ different than chủ nhất là chế để hơn được minimum wage, right? Cho nên cái bây giờ tôi chỉ keep cái job lùi nhất là chế thì if oil you to have a good life, buy the boat you want, buy the house you want, the car that you want, you have to do this, be this person, be that person to achieve what you want. If you drop out, it's like oh yeah, you work minimum wage. Minimum wage là nó cứ chỉ tổng thể không để chỉ cái gì, okay? Đó chỉ là nó run about 800 apartment to a few thousand. Minimum wage to bring home about 1,000. How much is your tax? Pero mo niya từ là nó When you have to check, when you have to report it, you can do that. You're the bigger problem, educator, the your children now get to survive. And you stop run around. You can run around and they occur there. You're 25 years old, 30 years old, you have no job, you still live with your parent. Your parent on welfare, and you have nothing, you still live with them. Your life is not better than the life you live back in life. It's worse than that. So we make sure we tell them how important it is to go to college, get education, get a college degree, so that they can have a better life.
Okay, 2 last questions? Anyone? Good questions?
So why did you choose to major in business administration out of anything that you could have majored in when you were around that age when you were in Sac State? And what were your experiences in business administration that encouraged you, and what discouraged you from your experiences?
Actually, I did not pick that major. My major is to be a construction engineer. But I found out that was difficult for me. Then I majored in MIS. But when I get through those computer programming, I don't know anything. Computer language is so difficult. It's different than now. Before we had to learn basic, we had to learn global, we had to learn spreadsheet. And the computer that we use, only use the little diskette, no hard drive. And when you have to write this program, then I don't know anything, like I told you guys before. I sit in the class like a stone, like a piece of wood. Don't know anything, don't see anything. Then I know that even when I try, I will not make it. Then I do some more research, and then I just go for an easy major. That's why I changed to business administration marketing. That will be easier than write program. That's why I changed my major.
Okay, last question.
So what inspired you, or what was your motivation during those years in college?
My motivation is just to be educated and to get a good job. Nothing more. I don't even plan to start a club. I don't plan to be any president. I don't plan to be anybody. But my motivation is that if I have to survive in this country, we have no way out. We cannot go back to Laos and farm like the old days. To survive in this country, all we need is a good job. But how do you get a good job? Good job is to go to college and get education. Read and write alone will not get anywhere. You have to get a college degree. And how to do that, and that's why I motivate myself to fight for it, to see if we can get somewhere. So that's how I do it.
Okay, everyone, let's give a round of applause for great speech, great speech. Education is the key to our future, and as well, we want to bridge the gap, so outreach back to the community. Everyone, we have a bunch of college students here, also high school students. Once you go further in your life, come back to the community, like flip that and focus. These are brought up and at the same time, we want to spread this out to educate our peers, our relatives, very much, just so that everyone can get the and also strive for better. Instead of just pushing down, instead of being you should be doing that. So lastly, before we go into our schedule, I just want to give you certification, appreciation, reach out.